Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel. This is another little channel update. It's been a couple of months since the last one of these videos. I think it was back in early August when we posted the last one. In this video today, I did want to talk a bit about channel health. I want to talk about some of the changes I've made, both the channel infrastructure and also coming up into the channel, as well as some of the new features on YouTube that you can interact with and support the channel with, and a bunch of other things. If that sounds like something worthwhile and interesting, then please hit a like on this video. It's always much appreciated. And if you have got comments as to how you would like to see this channel evolve, please leave those down in the comments below as well. We'll first of all start looking at channel health, and thank you very much in the comments of the last update video. I can't remember who it was, but they did ask for a little bit more information on channel health and some of the numbers surrounding the channel. So we currently sit at 1,387 subs, which is a relatively small amount given how old this channel is, but I am not deterred, and of course I'm not doing this for anything other than fun. This is a hobby for me. It's not to make money, otherwise I'd be doing things very, very differently. But it's always nice to see things progress, and this year has been a year of progression. It's certainly been the best year on average that we've had on the channel for well, since we started. If I look at a couple of the key channel metrics, thinking about channel views and channel watch time, in both cases we've had 5 months which are in the top 10 best ever on the channel, which is quite something. Last couple of months have been a little bit harder because in terms of videos posted, it's been a little bit less. I was on holiday in August, and then September, because of my job, is pretty much the busiest month that I have, and so it has meant that I just haven't had time to post as many videos as I wanted. In fact, I've only posted 15 long form videos in September and 3 shorts, which is probably the lowest amount on the channel for a little while in a month. Despite that, we've had a really, really good month. I'll just talk you through some of the stats that's come out of this month. So we have had over 6,160 views, which is pretty good for this channel. I think the highest ever view count we've had in a month is 7,800. Doesn't sound a lot, but it's certainly much higher than it was maybe this time last year. So that's really positive, and over 400 hours of watch time. And again, we're about 11th or 12th in the in best ever over the sort of 6 years this channel's been around. So that again suggests we are moving in the right direction, and that's in a month where we have had a fairly significant amount of days where we've not been posting videos. So I think that's really quite awesome, and it shows we are moving in the right direction, and I hope things can continue in that vein. One of the changes YouTube have made to the platform is the introduction of the hype feature. Now, I wanted to talk a little bit about what this is and how you can use this to support the channel. I have done this in a video, but I think this is probably a good place to talk about it. Now, if you've not come across these hype functions, you can really only access them if you are on a mobile device. So you'll have 3 hypes that you can give to any video on YouTube. Long form video, not shorts. You can, but you only have 3 that you can give out every single week. So you have to be a bit selective about it, and it's a little bit more selective than likes. So receiving a hype just is worth that little bit more. And in terms of the channel, what this does is it gives the channel a little bit of a boost. We get hype points for every hype we get, and that puts us on a little bit of a leaderboard, and the higher we go up on that leaderboard, the more our channel gets viewed. So if you have the option and you have enjoyed one of my videos and you would consider hitting a hype for that week, I'd be hugely grateful. I appreciate there are many other content creators who would be deserving of this, but this is something that's particularly aimed at smaller creators. So it might be that actually it's better to give the hypes to the smaller creators rather than the bigger ones. At least that's what I'm going to say, because I'm horribly biased about this. But yeah, it's a new thing they're doing, and it's been really humbling to see. I've received a few of these on most weeks, so yeah, that's pretty awesome. One of the things that I have done in the last few months is improve the setup that I have, and I've done another little improvement over the last couple of days, and you might well hear that in this video. So I had talked about having an improvement, putting some soundproofing behind where I'm filming now to try and reduce the echo. Unfortunately, that didn't have a huge effect on the echo. There was still a very much an echo present in the videos, which was a little frustrating. So I managed to work out what that was all down to, and unfortunately it was because my desk, which is just below me, is where my mic was sitting, and I had a little tripod for my mic, but it wasn't high enough to get it close enough to my face. So I just bought a little mic arm, which is now on the side of my desk now. The mic's a lot closer to my face, and the sound quality sounds much better. With the sound deadening stuff that I've got, just makes it all a little bit better again. So I think together, hopefully that's going to make the quality and the sound of the videos much better, at least for when I'm speaking. So let's have a little chat about some of the videos that have been doing well. I'm not going to talk too much about the different types of video that are on the channel. We've got our trucking videos on the channel, we've got our first looks on the channel, and we've got our tennis manager on the channel at the minute. Those are the kind of things that I've been looking at. But some videos that have been really done well over the past month are some of the sort of chatty videos I've been doing for the trucking games ATS and ETS2. So rather than just having a video where we focus on a drive, which we've done quite a lot of, we've had a little bit of more of a focus, a talking point. So for example, one of them was about project coaches, which is a new kind of idea coming to ETS2, where instead of driving a truck you can drive a coach. So I had the sort of conversation about which is the easiest to drive, buses or coaches or trucks, and it actually made for some really interesting comments as well. And the real one the one that really did well was the video I did about the about ETS2 and ATS coming to console, and I had lots and lots of comments on that, and lots of interaction on the video, which was pretty awesome to see. So I'm hoping to continue doing those sort of chatty videos going forward, and if you do have any ideas of things that we might want to focus on, please let me know down in the comments. The other thing that we've gone back to doing is putting a few more shorts in. I mentioned that right at the start of the video, but we've been focusing on putting some shorts in, focusing on ETS2, and those shorts have been around the driving academy, particularly the driving proficiency section of that, and doing just one scenario within those shorts. Again, those videos done pretty well, not all of them as well as each other, but it's been really sort of positive to see, and I think that's kind of a nice way to do that that section of the game, because it is just these little sections which might take me a bunch of time to do, but actually you folks are only really interested in when it works at the end. I mean, I talk about the fact that it didn't work straight away, and I've been recording for however long, but yeah, you want to see actually how you do it. So yeah, I've been enjoying making those shorts. They're relatively quick to make once you've got the video recorded, and I've been trialing a little bit with software which transcribes as well, so transcribes what I'm saying, and putting that on the shorts, and that seems to have worked quite nicely, and it's pretty accurate stuff actually. Yeah, I've been enjoying using that. I'm not sure whether there'll be any benefit doing that on the longer form videos, but let me know if you think that would be useful. So one of the other videos that, or video series that we've been focusing on are the first look videos, and we are focusing on simulation games because that's what the channel is mainly looking at. And it's been a bit hit and miss, in all honesty. There's been some of these first look videos that have done really, really well. I think one of them, which we'll certainly be having a look at in a much longer, probably a series when it comes out, is Train Station Project. I thought that was an excellent looking game. Really enjoyed that. And I'm fascinated to see where it goes. But a lot of people enjoyed that video. We also had Truck World Australia, which was another trucking game but based in Australia, which looked amazing. And again, there was a lot of feedback on that one. A lot of people seemed to enjoy that video. But then I've had other simulation games which are maybe not focusing on driving, but that have not done anywhere near as well. So things like Laundry Store Simulator and Mal Simulator 2025. They're two games which actually were a lot of fun to play, but it just doesn't feel like the people watching this channel are very interested in that area. Not only that, it feels like YouTube are really struggling to know where to or who to promote that to, which is weird because the whole focus of the channel is simulation, and you'd think if you push it out to folks who are interested in simulation games, that might be a good thing to do. But there you go, YouTube doesn't do that. It just kind of sits on them, and I don't get the impressions, and I don't get it out in front of people's eyes, which is, a little frustrating. That leads me on to stuff that is going to be coming to the channel in the future. We've talked about the Train Station Project. We'll certainly be looking at that. I did want to bring in Saloon Simulator. I am waiting a little bit longer on that one. I want the storyline to be expanded a little bit more. At the minute, as far as I'm aware, you basically play the prologue that we've already done, and then it's just kind of like free play, which would be really fun. But I think if they're going to put some additional storyline in there, I'd kind of like to wait until that's in there, because I loved that game. It was so much fun. Cartel Tycoon was another one I was wanting to look at, but again, have not got round to it. And yeah, Train Station Project is definitely something we'll be looking at. But one thing that is definitely coming to the channel, back to the channel, is Football Manager, and that was always the focus of this channel for many, many years. So that's a football management game. It's missed. The last iteration of the game was cancelled, and so we are now looking at Football Manager 26, which is going to be released, I think, on the 4th of November. There's a load of gameplay footage out there now if you want to look at that. I decided not to react to it, but there's a load of reaction videos on YouTube, or look at Sports Interactive's YouTube channel. There's lots of information on there, and lots of gameplay footage. It looks really good. They've spent a lot of time changing the game engine for it, and that has been one of the big reasons things have taken time to get back. They were just kind of not happy with the product for FM25, so it was never released, and they've now got something which frankly looks pretty darn good from what I've seen, which I'm excited to get my teeth into. And we'll certainly be going back to having a bit of a Football Manager focus on the channel, and having regular content there. So if that is something you've been waiting for, don't worry, it will be coming back. And I can reveal that for the first save we're going to do in the beta period, if that exists, if it doesn't exist, we'll still kind of work as if it is existing. I'm going to be doing a little save with Fulham, who I think are a side that are interesting to me. They always recruit well. They seem to play above their level every year in terms of what they are on paper. And I'll be fascinated to see if I can get them going a little bit better than they are even at the minute. So they're always kind of just a little bit higher than you expect. And can I go that step further, like I did with Crystal Palace a few years back, or Brentford not so long ago? So that's what I'm going to be doing. The main save, I am not certain yet, and if you've got ideas for that, please pop those down in the comments. Love to hear your ideas on where I could go. Do you fancy a journeyman? Do you fancy a one club save? Director of Football challenge? What do you fancy seeing on the channel. Of course, I'd like to do that in a smaller European league, but I did have in mind maybe a lower league German save might be fun. It's been a long while since I've been back down there. Not sure quite where we're going with it all at the minute, but watch this space and expect to see some quality Football Manager content in the near future. One last thing to talk about is the second channel, and that's part of the reason. That's one last thing to talk about is the second channel, and there is part of the reason that we haven't been able to make quite as many videos on this channel is that I have wanted to make a few on that channel as well, and it's basically 2 or 3 videos every month. There is a link to it down below, but mainly it's around sort of horror-ish type game play stroke simulation games. It's just the sort of overlap between many of my interests, and so recently we've played Zombie Graveyard Simulator, which you can see there's very much an overlap between various things I really like, and One Man's Trash. We did a full playthrough on that, which was a fun little game to play. We have coming very soon, and I haven't recorded it yet, but Static Dread, The Lighthouse, which is kind of feels a bit like a Lovecraftian sort of horror, but sort of with you in a lighthouse trying to save the boats coming in. It's a really interesting art style. Love the look of it, and it just goes weirder and weirder and weirder as you go through it. So we'll be doing a first look of that video. I've got a demo of that ready to record. So fingers crossed I can get that done soon, and it will be uploaded hopefully within the next week. Really looking forward to that. I had a lot of fun when I just had a little look through it. I want to spend a little bit of time exploring the lighthouse and exploring the lore of this game. It looks pretty awesome. Right, folks, we are going to leave it there. Please drop comments down below if you have got ideas of things we might play on this channel. Remember, this is a simulation-based channel for the primary channel here. The other channel is simulation stroke horror stroke just horror stroke sci-fi fantasy and anything else I fancy. But if any of that is of interest to you, then make sure you subscribe to either or both channels. Hit a like on this video. I'm not expecting you to hype this video because this is just a bit of information for you, but please use that hype button at some point on some of our videos, some of the videos coming up. It's always appreciated when you do that, and thank you to those who have been doing it. So if you are wanting to support the channel in other ways, we do have channel membership. There are 3 tiers of channel membership, and that does on occasion get you early access to some of the videos. I don't do that often, but it tends to be if I've got ahead of myself and I've got an interesting video coming out, I'll then make it available to members before it goes live on the channel properly. And also, certainly when the Tennis Manager game came out, first dibs for free keys went to channel members. So if I do get some of those keys for various games, then that's kind of who will get first dibs, the channel members, and then it goes out to everyone else. Anyway, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.